请问一下，因为通常以你们迪士尼的动画都是先有配音员来录音之后，再去做他的动作调整或表情的变化。那像这些配音员在做录音的时候，你们技术人员或是动画师会去观察他们的动作，或是你们怎么样在画面绘制上能够找出最适合这个？我知道录音员他们每次会同一句话录好几十遍，怎么去找出那最恰当那一句，当做你们最终画面的选择？谢谢。
That's a great question. The performance, the vocal performance, is very important in terms of not only what you hear, but also what we see in the studio. And the animators are almost always invited to actually sit at the recording session and watch. And they take notes, they observe. We also videotape everything so that later on the animator can go back and watch that performance, because oftentimes what the actor is doing in the studio when they're talking and what you see, how they're acting it out, suggests a lot of things for the performance. And the animators find that to be a very rich source of material for little things. You know, maybe how an eye might be moving when somebody's saying something, or even the actor who's doing Chicken Little. He's a comedy actor in the United States named Zach Braff. He's very tall, he's very thin, he's a big guy, but when he would do Chicken Little, he was always kind of like really uncomfortable, like a little kid in the studio, and he seemed like Chicken Little. And he would do this to help get into the character, but he'd have his hands in his pockets and just really kind of uncomfortable with himself. And even though he was a big guy, he seemed smaller when he was sort of acting this way. And that was something that the animators would use. And there's one point where he's talking to the ugly duckling, and she thinks he's cute, but she doesn't want to tell him. And so she's standing there, and she's kind of like doing that thing with her foot and just, kind of playing with her hair. So the animator was doing that with like the feather or so forth, and finding little things like that which can be used for the sake of the performance. So that is really important.